Io sinceramente sono contenta.
Hello there, lover. How are you? That's very nice to hear. Alright, so story is up. So I guess we can start our session. Hopefully we'll do something decent this time. Now I've had some thinking while being offline, I guess. And I reasoned that our current policy of trying to get money from satellite contracts isn't going to work because satellites fail too often, and especially the returns are too meager for the cost of the launch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the mission control. This will allow us to grab 7 contracts at once, and in doing so, I'll be able to do many part testing contracts at once, which will hopefully get us a decent amount of money in this very stream. So let's go ahead and let's start our upgrade. Now it will take 7 days to upgrade because obviously we are playing real KSP and not the simplified version. So in the meantime, well, we'll start some of the contracts. So we still have this satellite one, but meanwhile, I don't feel like doing it right away. So unless I can grab something easy to do it at the same time. So we have this satellite here, which is from the old stream, and I want to see if I can pair it with something else, but I don't guess so. Kerbal and first Kerbal, no. Manned orbit, no. So maybe some part testing. So test flight in flight on the BACC Thumper, but I don't think this is doable. Flying above Kerbin. Escape trajectory, no. Parachute. Flying above Kerbin. These aren't even that doable. Not even in orbit. This is harsh. They're all very specific. What are these ones? They're all specific orbits, and I don't like them. Yeah, no. Well, I guess we'll do something like this. So, this requires too high speeds that are too high. This is perfectly doable. So, DAB, sawdust 5, edit. Just your standard parachute opening contract. Loader, Simone. So Mark 16. This one. Altitude. Yeah, very easy. These are really high return contracts. Okay, rollout. Oh, I have to remove the heat shield because it's an experimental part. That's no good. It will take 1 minute to remove it. Kerbal construction time modification times are always weird because sometimes you get like 4 hours to swap two parts and then you get 10 minutes. That's weird. Okay, launch. Okay, so SAS, parachute is correctly staged. Let's have our menu for seeing when the conditions are met. Full throttle, launch. Let's have a look at our apoapsis. We must not go too fast. There. Contract done. Easy win. Oh, we have fuel leaking, but I don't think that's a problem. I just don't know if the part, let's see. I can repair it. I don't think so. I don't know what trash part does. Maybe it earmarks it for substitution with a new one. I don't know. I never tried, and so this is a good time to try this function and see what happens. And now I'm just going to work to the completion of our mission control upgrade because I want to grab those simultaneous contracts to make more money. I can do it. Okay, it's a week, 2 days, 1 day. We got science. Oh, we're also close to Well, not really that close, but 60 science is closer to 90 than, well, I guess 30. Anyway, those passive experiments are really giving us a lot of science. So let's see if there's any change in satellites availability. This is for the orbit of moon, so no. Relays, exploration, achievements, part testing. Now we can accept a lot of contracts. Hello there, Fermacfer. So, on the ground, of course. On the ground, yes. Suborbital trajectory, very high, no. Moon orbit. Oh, this is really high paying. Hawk, methane engine, maybe. Launch site, yes. These conditions are too hard to meet. Same as these. This can be done. But I like to grab one more contract. Maybe between these two. Because, okay, so this is flying above Kerbal. This is around the moon. This is on a suborbital trajectory. And it's a very high suborbital trajectory. Oh, this is just... Oh, these are just transporting. Oh, this makes them very interesting. This is having a kickback at a high altitude. And this is about having a liquid hydrogen engine at a not so high altitude. So I'm going to go for this one. Okay, let's start with the probe. Now we have the CE60, which has to be tested at altitude, or transported at altitude. So CE60. This one, oh, this is big, I guess. Oh, it's a remarkable size, but still doable. So I'm going to have a tank here. And that's 24 kilometers. Is how? I'm going to have another tank here. And then our usual Valiant engine. And this is going to give us, okay, so it's two different engines. Now, let's set the curve, alright. Decent ice, decent thrust to weight ratio. So now we get a boat tail configuration that way. Oh, I think I have a Valiant boat tail subassembly. Yeah, that's fantastic. Now we just have to think about the ground testing part. So I'll have a decoupler. Oh, I'll use a TD06 because that needs to be tested. And then we have to test two engines. So I'm going to have like a small fuel tank, just basically as a structural element. Mostly. Then these two trusses, on which I'll mount the two engines, which are the Stromboli. It's basically Avios M10. Just one. And then... Oh no, this is... Okay, and then the MU-10 Buzzard. also not that big. I'm going to offset it a bit so that it doesn't go there. Okay. This can be drained because we don't need it. I'll have a parachute on top of the rocket because recovering it will be good. And an antenna. No, I don't think I need an antenna. So, testing, decoupling, propulsion, parachute. Excellent. So I'm going to name it Rust 9 and build it. Are there any problems? Hello there, Artin. Rope to complete. Now I hope the contracts we picked weren't that difficult. I'm kind of worried about transporting the engine to that altitude, but 24 kilometers not that high up shouldn't really be a problem. Launch it. Well, what could be a problem is stability, because that's a weird aerodynamic configuration, but I guess I'm gonna handle it somehow. Okay, first, let's test these two engines, this one and this one. Two contracts done. That's good. Now, full throttle. Where is the oxidizer leak? I guess. Yeah, it's in the lower tank, but that's not a problem. Now, we are going to launch. Now, let's see. We need to get to which altitude? 24 kilometers at a decent speed. Let's have our apoapsis readout and launch. Oh, we kind of destroyed the rest of the rocket. We are ascending slowly, but steadily. Okay, throttle down to reserve propellant. Halfway there, as far as apoapsis is concerned. Throttling back up. Okay, I'm cutting the engine. Because we needed to lose velocity. Okay, we are in the correct altitude range, and now we did it. We did it. So now we can stage the parachute, which will come online when it's a good idea to do so. Oh, the contract was not that lucrative. still, the mission was a decent success. And now we're coming back. I'm not sure the craft will survive. Maybe I'll need to do a powered landing. We'll see. Oh, that is fast. Oh! Too fast. Too fast. Well, whatever. Stage recovery was a secondary objective, let's say. Now, repeat, I think I'll do this all evening and try to turn a profit. Recover. Ah. No, it's not. Well, yeah, I should have. The parachute worked. I should have just checked the deployment parameters. I should have set full deployment to happen at a higher altitude. Well, I don't really like building real rockets because I feel like that's kind of uncreative. That's a personal thing, but yeah, I play KSP because I want to build my own stuff, and that's also why I don't play in real solar system or with let's say Blue Rocket Design Bureau because I feel too constrained, and so I don't build real rockets. So we have a Valiant splashdown, and that seems to pay decently. We have testing about a high altitude. This is moon orbit again. Moon escape again. And moon escape. Later. Terrier splashdown. I see a pattern here. Swivel as well. Juno on the ground. In orbit. Okay, so I'm going to do splashdown of the Valiant. Mark 12R parachute. Then I'm going to do the Juno on the ground. And the Terrier splashdown. For this, I'm going to edit Sawdust 5. Previously used tank type. Shouldn't have many problems. Okay, so now I have the Valiant engine for the test. Then I need the Terrier and the Juno and the parachute. Okay, first I'm going to include the Terrier. So this is a Mark 12R isn't the drop chute, right? Oh no, it's the drop chute. So I'm still gonna stick to this normal parachute for the heavy braking. Then I need the Terrier engine, which will go here. And I'm going to go for the compact configuration and then put this one on top. I'm going to disable the fairing and set thrust limiter to 0 because otherwise it will burn the parachute. Then I'm going to put there the parachute. I'm gonna replace the top tank with a longer tank because we'll probably need more fuel for this mission. Okay. Then dog and main. Finally, we need a Juno engine, so I'm going to have a small decoupler. Truss and the Juno. Going to rotate these. Put this here. This one will go with the engine. Okay. Save edits. Now we have an increased fuel capacity for getting the heavy stuff to the sea, and also to make sure we can match our speed and altitude requirements. I should fly higher than usual for this mission. Some more fuel will be needed because I need to arc to be able to open the parachute at 6 kilometers. But even if we fail to deploy the dog chute, I can still do it in another mission. Well, it's probably not the best idea to call them missions because they're very simple. But they make me money, so whatever. Okay, first, testing is complete. So, SAS, full throttle. Now, next stage will be this one. Next, the dog chute, and that one. Okay, so now let's have our requirement window and launch. Oh, we are falling down. We are not going to make it 6 kilometers. We are barely going to make it to sea. Oh, we are going to make it to 6 kilometers. Okay, now we just need our velocity to go down quickly. Oh, I just had to transport it. Nice. We can deploy it. Main parachute as well. and we wait to splash down. I think I'll have a powered landing as well, because we are going too fast for my taste. Okay. So now, perform test. Test performed. And perform test on the terrier. Test performed. Huge success. Recover the vehicle to the VAB. The mission met all objectives. That's fantastic. And let's see where our funding is. We've crossed the line of 300,000. We have almost covered our initial investment. Well, not really, but we're surely making money. Now we recover this thing and this thing as well. Now, another round. Perform test on the flea booster between 19 and 27 kilometers and at a decent speed, playing decently. Test this engine at this altitude. I don't know which engine it is. Test the torch in an orbit around the moon. Future in the future. Test the ant engine in an escape trajectory on the moon. Is easier, but not yet. Test a swivel. I could fit a swivel to the Sodas 5 and do this. Test a liquid methane engine in orbit. Test a methane engine in orbit. Oh no, flying. At 50 kilometers, but 50 kilometers is too high up. The rocket would end up being too expensive. This is a transport contract. There's not really that much of a selection. But maybe this one, the transporting the parachute and testing the flea. These aren't really good. So maybe I could try to see if there is anything to do in Kerbal orbit. This is flying above Kerbal. Moon escape trajectory. Flash down. MF 420 Deinonychus. This is tempting me, but I have to see if the engine is small enough. There was a 420 there, nice. Deinonychus. I don't have it yet. Let's see in the R&D building if it's there. See, okay. 2 tons. Oh, 2 tons is heavy. It's well beyond the capacity of my current rocket, the Marche rocket. So I'm sorry, but no, not feasible. How much is upgrading tracking station? Well, not that much, but still I need margin. Sap I have a contract to move sapling 2. Sapling 2 works, right? Because that will be easy money. What is this? Fly. I forgot I could maybe have monitored it from the sapling 2 can't be moved. Like for example, let's see sapling 1, 2. And instead like sapling 1. What happened to sapling 1, 2? Oh, it ran out of fuel, I guess. Yeah, must have been that. Let me see if I can see anything about resources from here. Sapling 1, 2. Information. Yeah, I can see it, but I remember it. Yeah, I could turn the solar panels towards the sun, but that would be pretty useless because the satellite doesn't have anything meaningful on board, so there's nothing to power. So I guess there's nothing about field research or exploration plus. Explore the moon, probe. Fly by the moon, land on the moon, return home from the moon. Well, I'll try my luck at this one. This is a hard contract, but can pay well. So I'm going to accept this contract to send a bunch of stuff to the moon. Then I'm going to get the this one. Test the Ant liquid engine in an escape trajectory on the moon, which just means a flyby. And the Ant engine is pretty light, so that won't be hard to do. And perform tests, stuff like that. Yeah, we are good. Okay, let's build the probe. first the control probe, then the plug engine, high quality, set delta V to vacuum, mass is entirely within the capabilities of the rocket, delta V is substantial. Now, solar panels. Oh, KOS probe. Okay, let's go for the KOS probe. Then let's have 2 solar panels here, because these so we'll let this side be exposed to the sun, and both solar panels will get power. Then 2 batteries. Increase memory to full. Let's have communication, robust communication. Modern communication, I want transmission speed, so I could put 4 communotron 16 and get 8.8 kilobytes per second, or I could put 2 of these. No, I'm putting 4 communotrons. Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Like that. Looks symmetrical. Then I'm going to have the ant engines, of course. And I'm going to have it up here. And I'll try to maybe perform the breaking down with it. Why not? This is completely untested, but I don't care. This is set to high quality. Now let's see if our engineering report says anything. No, they don't. It's 1.2 tons. That's perfect. Delta V is plentiful. Let's just separate it to engines. And how many parts? Oh, that's very many parts. I think the Marsh A, let's see. The Marsh A rocket has 14 parts, so it can go up to 16. I have 3 more. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going to check my science logs to see which experiments I should bring to the moon. Let's see. Light hasn't been done on the moon. Might requires a polar orbit. Radiation scan for the moon has been done, but not transmitted. Temperature report for moon has been done, but not for space low. Site has had a lot of problems. Oh, I have a lot of data to transmit here for site. Oh no, that's just the in-flight values. So I'm going to go for site. For telemetry report. Where is telemetry report? Here. Yeah, site. Wait, did I do the other ones as well? temperature as well, and the Geiger counter, and the audition scan. Oh wait, but I think I have basically depleted the available signs for the audition scan. So we're just going for a thermometer. Like that. And then an extra solar panel, because I still have 2 parts to spare. So I'm going to move these to... I'm going to adopt this configuration. So we'll have 3 solar panels here, and these will be my main ones, plus another one on this side, just in case. I'm going to name this OhScrap. Save. No problems detected. I'm going to mate it to a Marsh A rocket. No problems either. 30 parts. Let's check our staging. Core, second stage, payload and transfer stage. Time to launch this thing. Add it to the building list. Don't save. Now this is an ambitious mission, but we can do it if we avoid doing the absolute if we avoid the chaos of the previous moon mission, but I'll try my best not to do it again. So let's warp to first to vessel recovery and then to vessel completion. Warp to launch pad reconditioning. But I feel this mission can be a turning point in this gameplay, because I've really been going through the potato phase here, but this really feels like a real mission. Rollout. 2 hours to roll out this bad boy. And it's still midday. We are going to have a launch with clear skies. Now, we just have to hope that no cruise ship is sailing nearby, because that would be a problem. It would really be a shame if they were hit by some falling debris and punished for violating the hazardous areas. This is absolutely no connection with reality. It really couldn't happen. No way. So here we are. Let's do our usual copy in the program. I tried to figure out how to automate this, but I really didn't understand. So here we are doing this manually. So copy path 0 PE detect, 2 quotes, close parentheses, enter. Now edit PE detect, just to be sure the program is right. Yeah, that's it. So run PE detect. Program is running, so we can now close terminal. Turn on SAS, turn on precision control. Have a last check to staging. All good. And launch. Let's try to pitch down early. the efficiency of the trajectory should benefit from this, even at the cost of overheating. My apoapsis is not that high, so that's positive. Oh, it's going fast. Let's try to attain a more efficient launch profile. We are suborbital. Trajectory is suborbital. Overheating is starting to be felt. Oh boy, the gorges are everywhere. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, we are saved. That was close. I don't know if the launch trajectory is better than usual, but I surely like to think it so. Okay, we are in space, so in stage. Can point the rocket to the right direction. Or let's extend the antennas. Automation. Deploy, deploy, deploy. Let's run the experiments. Have our usual 5-minute burn. So now let's warp a bit. Ignition. Let's point a bit up. And let's accelerate because this is a tedious burn. Site experiment is being performed. Data is piling up, but it's not too much. Nothing memory can't handle. Little course adjustment. Alright, it's a bit pointing to the south. Now that's better. We're almost done. Yeah, thermodynamics are definitely unrealistic. I mean, it's ridiculous that you can launch with all of this stuff exposed and not get any issues. But I don't know if our SSRO fixes that, but in turn gives you early failing to compensate. But I want to play KSP, and KSP includes its little physics quirks. And boy, this rocket sure is unpowered. We still have an entire kilometer per second in the fuel tanks, which might actually be just enough to get to the moon. Let's see a delta V map. I still have the stock values in mind. I mean, the mission should be a success even just with a flyby, but we don't want just a success, we want more. So now let's see JNSQ delta V. I think it's 2200 to get to moon flyby, and then something more to circularize. Oh, less. Much less. Nice. It's around 1500 meters per second and 400 to circularize around the moon. So I guess it's twice with respect to the stock game, which is really manageable. Okay, moon is dawning. Well, almost. I'll burn when moon comes up. But I'm not sure about the availability of the tracking station throughout the flight. Oh no, it should have been available. So I'm scrubbing by one orbit. Power situation is pretty good. Waiting for signal acquisition acquired. And we have the usual problem with the KOS interfering with the commands, which I should have again looked up, but I forgot to. I'm better doing homework, I admit it. So that's one more scrub for the orbit, which probably means I won't be able to burn even for the next few orbits due to gaps in tracking station coverage. But come on. Come on. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm igniting the engine. The trajectory will be fine. Now let's hide some junk. Yeah, the trajectory will be fine. Now let's be ready to stage when the moment comes. There was sure a lot of leftover fuel. Staging. Let's go to map view to have a look at our trajectory. Okay, reducing throttle. Okay, this should work. Now let's make sure our panels are pointing in the right direction. Now they are. And let's go to moon. Oh, the launchpad reconditioning is affecting time warp. Close. Okay, we are losing speed. Moon is catching up to us. Moon is catching up to us. We are losing so much speed. Amazing. Fantastic. I love it. Okay. This trajectory was a work of art. Okay, some stuff got destroyed. We got a flyby trajectory and this awarded us a lot of money. And we are already turning a big profit from the mission. Where are our funds? They are here, 337,000. But this is not yet what we are not yet done, because now we are going to test, now we are going to shut down the Pug engine, and we are going to ignite the end. Oh, wait. Perform test. Yeah, we have performed the test on the end engine, and this gave us an extra 33,000 bucks. Wow, that was quite substantial. We have basically recovered the funds that we have invested towards upgrading the mission control at the start of the stream. Well, we're almost there, and we have almost 90 science points. The future is bright. Now, I'm going to try to use the ant for the rest of the mission, just so that I can acquire some experience in using it, some reliability. It's less efficient, but who cares? First, I'm going to tighten the orbit a bit. That's good. Now I'm going to warp to periapsis. And where I'll circularize. Are we pointing towards the sun? Yes, we are. Very good. Getting ready for the braking burn. Time to commence it. This is gonna take a while, but I don't care. It's all experience in using the engine. So let's rotate the foreground to get solar panels exposed. This is really a horrible spot. But power consumption isn't that high, so that's under control. Let's see our data. There's a lot of data. Transmission is slow. Okay, we are basically in orbit. And now I'm going to keep burning until I get low periapsis in order to grab low altitude science. And I'm not going to attack Athens this time. Now, of course, as we slow down and our orbit becomes more circular, the effects of changes in velocity become less and less noticeable. As you can see, the orbit is getting smaller but slower and slower. How long is this rated to burn? Well, not. It has 75 ignitions. Amazing. That's, well, of course, that's what it's made for. But 75 ignition is plenty. I don't know why, but I particularly like this version of Moon. Looks neat. It feels like you can almost see the dust on its surface. That's a interesting sensation. I could probably land this probe. I might consider landing it. I'm battled between landing the probe because it's there, and not landing it because it wouldn't be realistic to land a probe that wasn't designed to do so. The engine failed. Well, that was expectable since we probably pushed it very hard for being at its first use. That was a long burn, but we have another engine just for which will be able to complete the task just as well. Okay. Very well. I'm going to stop the site experiment for now. Have it transmit data for a bit. Oh. Expose solar panels now. Now batteries should fine. Yeah, we're generating plenty of power. So now, as I was saying, let's transmit the science so that we have free memory for our low altitude pass. This is gonna take a while. So we can go back to Space Center. That was a successful mission. Now that was satisfying. Now we have funds and science. Now let's see how our contract situation changed. The satellites are always the same. Achievements are always the same. Contracts start asking for moon stuff, it seems. But whatever. That will happen next time. Because I'm done for this evening. It was a very successful session. We got we earned a decent amount of money. We got our second spacecraft in the orbit of Moon. This time with a pretty spot-on trajectory. We didn't rush it. We just waited for the perfect moment to start our translunar injection, and it worked. I'm really happy with it, and I hope you had a good time seeing it. I want to thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And until next time, may no cruise ship enter your no-go areas. Goodbye.